First off, on the Sunday Talk, Destiny 2, the game, as you all know, has had a lot of stuff going on from these past few weeks, especially on June the 9th when they had this huge party. Also, kind of going against the tides of Marathon, if you can call it tides. There wasn't really much of tides. It really wasn't much. There wasn't much of a competition. But first of all, on the Sunday Talk, Destiny 2, the game, has released its final wallpaper set. This wallpaper set, you can put it on your phone, you can put it on your laptop, you could put it on your like smart fridge. I don't know. You could put it anywhere on. I mean, you could put it on your smart fridge if you want. Obviously, they got the one with the logo and the one without the logo, and then obviously here's the one with the phone, or not, and the one without the logo. You could also, in theory, again, probably put that on a smart fridge. That the fridge is the destiny. The fridge is the final shape. I think. I don't know. That would be funny though if it was the fridge was the final shape all along. But going on from there, that people have been obviously spamming the account, especially anywhere. Hashtag we want Destiny 3. There's a lot of stuff that's been being spammed everywhere. Even it's gone to the point where it's so bad that the hashtag Destiny 3 was even on Nintendo Showcase. Yes, Nintendo Showcase had people spamming hashtag we want Destiny 3 to show how big it has gotten under the poor decision making of Sony and you could say some higher ups in Bungie. If you could say that, but there's a lot of stuff going on with it. A lot of people are kind of really coping to Marathon, saying, hey, Marathon is going to be the next big thing, man. Just give it more time. I'm like, okay. And he states, Destiny 2 has climbed back to the top of Steam's bestseller after the week's release of its final live service updates, The Moments of Triumph. Update brought a lot of players back, with more than 160,000 people playing at that same time on Steam. Yet Sony decides to go in an all-out Marathon, a game getting more and more hate every day and having less players. Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's just, I don't know how Sony cannot look at this and say, hey, this we may have fucked up, because it's clearly a fuck up. And the fact is, Destiny 2, like, even out, it's even above Counter-Strike 2, and Counter-Strike 2 has been around since, like, wait, how long has Counter-Strike 2 been out? Wait, hang on, what year is it? 2026. Holy shit. Oh, man. Wow, that's a long time that's been here. And that's even longer than Destiny 2. Holy shit. And Destiny 2 still managed to come back and pop up from that. That's crazy. And then obviously Destiny 3 Renegades is also on the top 3 too. But the fact is, Destiny is, well, Destiny 2 and Destiny 2 the Renegades, which is just an expansion. The fact that it's on like the top 3 right there, and it's just, in between Counter-Strike 2, is absolute insanity. And that's well, it's insanity, and it's also very impressive, and it also shows a testament of how things are currently, with Destiny 2, with the community wanting a Destiny 3. And people are also on Pirate Nation 2 currently spamming this to a Destiny 3, as I just put it up right there, right above my head. Crazy that it's Sony had it in the bag, honestly. And yeah, no, they don't seem to want to do anything with that bag. And here's some Steam DB. This is, again, obviously just from Steam. It can't go through the other platforms such as Xbox and PlayStation. But the fact is, it had, at the time when the June 9th, it had over 160,000 players online, and it had a 24-hour all-time peak of over 167,000. And the number could have been a lot more higher too, just because, you got the Xbox people, you got the PlayStation peeps, and then we clearly have the Steam, because Steam actually likes to show its numbers. So we're still missing the other two, but I can definitely rest assured that there's probably a lot more people that were on PlayStation and on Xbox trying to get on this day. It's just it just makes it as clear day. But the fact is that Marathon still kicked Destiny down just so it can survive. And I know people have been saying like former community manager, hence why name of also being called former community manager, did put a statement out talking about the Destiny 2 predicament and marathon. And to that, I can just say is like, what the fuck? Huh? Nani? Probably thinking like, Sin, what's making you say those words that I vaguely very little know? Oh, that's a good thing right there. Her statement was that if you want a Destiny 3, you're going to have to pay. Marathon has to succeed. Essentially saying, they're basically grabbing us by the balls for Destiny peeps right there. Yeah, they're basically grabbing you by the balls. The balls are in their hand, and they're saying if you want a Destiny 3, you gotta pay for Marathon. Even if you don't play it, you gotta pay for it. As they grip you by your balls. Yeah, that's not a. I don't think that's a good thing. And also, again, that's a former community manager, and again, hence why former community manager. And the fact is that I've been seeing a lot of how she's responding to the situation compared to the current, Deej, well, the community manager, but he saw Steam numbers and all that stuff. He's more like saying, hey, if you guys keep saying we want Destiny 3 and all that stuff and showing like support for Destiny, it's only I have to take notice. And then you got the former community manager, and to be honest with you, when she was community manager, when I was still playing the game, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of her. I think a lot of people were not a big fan of her, and those that weren't really paying attention. When she got removed, it was kind of like, oh, we were just like, oh, okay, we're good now, and we didn't even say anything as they just kicked her out. But the fact is that she's saying this stuff, and now people are seeing it. It's like, yeah, you see, this is why I did not like her, because I felt like she wanted the not the community to be right, but she wanted to be right. That's why I was not a big fan of her. And when she was the community manager at Destiny at the time, and when she got removed from her position, I was very happy about that. And I didn't express it on like Twitter or anything like that, because it was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to get like, because I'm happy, so I'm not going to say, and I'm not going to say anything if I'm happy. It's like if it's something I don't like and it's consistently getting worse and worse, I'm going to say something. That's what like most people have been saying. And the fact is that I also did say like about Destiny, hey, Destiny 2, eventually it's going to have to end, and I really hope a lot of people don't put their hats in that bin. Man, I was fucking I was wrong on that right there. Actually, no, I was actually right on that. I was kind of hoping I'd be wrong on that. The one time I wish I was wrong, and I was, because I said, hey, Destiny 2, I feel like when Final Shape and all that comes out, I feel like it's going to go just like how Avengers Endgame did, where people were like, wow, this is so cool, and then slowly goes to shit. Yeah, man, I was kind of hate that I called that out right there. Now I'm kind of regretting that I did. Yeah. But I don't know, like, how do you guys feel about that though? From the ex community manager from a long time ago, on their, I guess ultimatum, if you want to say that. For if you want Destiny 3, you're gonna have to pay you're gonna have to, buy Marathon and put time into that, even though you don't want to. And for those that do not believe what I'm saying, yeah, here's the Steam charts, and here's the numbers. And I know you're going to be saying, oh, you're comparing apples to oranges, but it came from Bungie. And I know people have been like really like fighting on me, and then also those other people who are saying, yeah, I can't believe Bungie did this. At least like, okay, because you can look back on there, but I know you won't, because you want to be right at the end of the day, and I'm okay with that, because you know what? Eventually, Concord, the Concord trilogy is going to be complete, because you're going to keep telling us that, hey, you're in the wrong, because that's what I've been getting told many times. You are in the wrong. Okay, we'll see we'll see how long Marathon lasts in the next few weeks, maybe months. I don't know. Hopefully, make me hey maybe a very off chance, maybe like hey people start talking about it. Wait, hang on. I've just been told that Marathon is already a couple months old. Oh, okay, then never mind, man. And that's why they had. Oh, okay. So, oh wait, hang on. This is the second season of Marathon. Oh shit. When we had a second season Destiny, it was still bad because we had like Curse of Osiris. We don't talk about that. But at least they try to like fix it. So you gotta give the developers that though. But I think the developers right now, when you're looking at the amount of content that was delivered in Destiny 2's that final update and compared to marathons, you could tell which ones they kind of still favor on there, and which ones they really wanted. I think Marathon was one of those games that no one wanted, but we still got anyway. And the player numbers right here do show it. This was on the 14th of June. And that is coincidentally today. And this was all from Pirate Nation. I just pulled this up because he had this and I saw that at the time. This is the player count number as of today. 128k active players right now on Destiny 2. On Marathon, you only have 12,601. That is sad right there. I'm just gonna say this though, to the people who are constantly defending Marathon, and I know that and I know some of them like saying, technically, Destiny, the Destiny 2 did not have a great start, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, all right, Grandma, sit down. Hey, just take the medicine and sit down. At least we didn't start off by like having like 12,000 people. I'm just gonna say that. At least we didn't start off like by hanging on by a thread of life. At least we had some life. That's all I can say to that, and that's what a lot of people have been talking about too. It's just insane. It's like, hey, don't compare this to this right here. But then when they do compare it, it's like, okay, but you said don't compare it. So it's very confusing. Like from what basically to summarize what's going on with Sony with their Marathon as well as Destiny 2 fiasco, they have the way I can describe it is they caused a civil war. Yeah, that's all I can say. They just made a civil war. Um, and it's crazy. Yeah, and you can see from like again like if I were enhance right here, these are like from all the expansions. The high points right here, like expansion. I want to say this one was I want to say this one was like probably like the dark what was it, the one on Europa. I want and this one was probably like the final shape, or this one right here was the up. Actually, this one was probably the final shape. This one was probably Lightfall, judging by how like the timing was. Yeah, but then if we go over here and then look at the marathons, yeah, this is how high it was. Which again, their high was all-time peak was 88k. Yeah, so it's like it's really not that like. See, this is the part where I'm more concerned about. Look at this. It's like, oh god, that's you're like, what the hell's right here? They had a little bit of a stroke at the end. Yeah, I still don't think like this the game right there was really that desired on. Plus, when they released Marathon, they already have a competitor, and it didn't help. So it's like, oh shit. So yeah, it's called was it Arc? The Arc one is another extraction shooter. Still, it still breaks my heart that this was the outcome that they thought was the best outcome from all of this, and they chose to abandon Destiny, the franchise as a whole. I mean, we still got NetEase with like their updates going on with Destiny Rising. So I mean, at least there's something. I know a lot of people don't like the that gotcha type of mechanic right there, which again, that's fair. That's fair, But some people also wanted the extravagant setup of like how Destiny was. So there's that. There's that. So that's the situation going on with Destiny 2. Um, if you feel like like we deserve a Destiny 3, hey, like in the comment section on YouTube, when this gets posted on there, just put hashtag we want Destiny 3. Because again, the more people that talk about it, the more we keep saying, "Hey, it's in your face." They're gonna have to listen, and they're gonna realize they messed up. Next on the Sunday talk, this was shared to me by a chatter, and yes, I'm a little bit late on this right here. And this is Hassan Piker on his reaction, getting banned off the UK. He's not been too happy about this. He keeps bringing it up, and also like Legendary Series is currently under, I guess you could say, quote unquote, like getting under a lawsuit or something like that by like Don, or trying to, or intimidation, thought of intimidation, I guess, of a lawsuit. I don't know. I just feel like he I don't think he's really gonna go with it, because there's really nothing that he really has against more Pegasus for that. But it's pretty stuff though. I mean, we could listen to the whole thing, but I mean, as Kaya right here shows, the level of finding around and then fucking around, and then you can clearly see from that chart right there. He he fucked around and found out. So clearly, right there, the math doesn't lie. So yeah, I don't. I'm kind of glad that the UK doesn't want him, because also because of this too. Speaking of more Pegasus and what he's trying to do, I don't even think like what is it, like Singapore wants him either. So I think Singapore is also looking and banning him too. So it's like, oh, that's yeah, that's not that good right there. Yeah, no, it's not that great. It's not that great. Well, for him, it's good for us though. So, but not for him. It's also crazy too, because we also got a little bit more from that right there. Going on from that lawsuit, that they were all, remember, like the H3, podcast on. This is crazy too, because it's getting to the point, and again, it's getting worse and worse and worse consistently. And this is from the Yeet right here, the from at X, I guess. Asmongo says he completely agrees with Ethan Klein's lawsuit against iDubbbz and pushback on Moist Critical's video about the topic. If there's beef online, calling somebody a pedo and blah 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 blah, but they're like malnourished and children and all that, isn't beef at all. It's crazy and insane, deranged, ridiculous, and totally out of pocket. Different. I agree with, but hang on, I agree with him, but I think there's a line that you do not cross repeatedly across that line, and because they dehumanize Ethan because they think his ethnicity. Oh my god, ethnicity. Yeah, there we go. And this apparently indirect affiliation with Israel as justification. I have no idea where they always say, Israel. It's like, I don't know, like they close their eyes, they hear, see, and smell Israel. I guess, I don't know. Crazy. Um, as a justification, and Khalid tried to destroy his life and try to attack his um sponsors, tried to get him banned, take his children away, harass him. People harassing him in life. Even like me and Hassan. There's nothing that Hassan does, and nothing that I would hope, at least, that he thinks I do, that will warrant that level of escalation. And I mean, this keeps going on and on. It's the best way I can describe it right now is that with Charlie, I agree with Charlie though, because yes, that's going to set like a bad precedent of reaction commentary channels, where people can exploit this if they do win. And that's why people are supporting, and again, I'm okay with that, because, it's like, it's what they did to him and doing all that stuff with that level of hate. I completely understand that. And I think Charlie realizes that too. Is like, yeah, it's completely understandable and it's justifiable, but when you go too far into the sauce, you're going way too far into the sauce, and you're going to forget who you are, and it's just going to get like worse and worse. But then it's going to get to the point where people can't actually see that and exploit it. And I'm just going to say this though: if this does happen, I mean, hey, that shows like one thing right there. Because most commentary channels out there, like there are some VTuber ones, that watch videos, react to them, and all that sorts of stuff. It's like if you don't like a certain VTuber, because obviously there's some VTuber beef going on right now with Demi. Uh, yeah, people can, like, if they don't like somebody, they can really exploit that stuff now. If this actually does pass right here, like there will be a level of people like of anywhere exploiting this. But then again, at the end of the day, like doing stuff like that, sending like all of these like terrible things to somebody who like, again, like why would you do that to begin with, unless you want something bad happen to you in return? Because again, like I do not need to bring the chart out again of you finding out and the fucking around and finding out kind of thing, because the math doesn't lie. uh yeah, a lot of people are like gonna realize, they're going to, oh shit, we fucked around and found out. But I know they're not gonna say it, but they're gonna really feel it. Next on the Sunday talk, and yes, we had to talk about this too. I was gonna talk about this yesterday on stream, but I was like, I needed to think a way of I'll get my words on this, because it is disgusting, and I just an actively, you just have an actively like disgusted face every time you hear this and see her face. um I don't even know how to say her name. Her name is Kai Iviterez exposed her ex-boyfriend Kenneth's messages after he claimed she cheated on him with her own blood cousin. In quotes, it said, "I had a dream about you just watching from a distance, and you're shining, glowing like the sun." What the fuck? Yeah. So she had like, yeah, she has like, yeah, it's crazy. This situation just went like, it went somewhere. Where it's currently going, I genuinely am afraid to know where it's gonna go. All I know is she had a bucket list of what she wanted to do with her cousin. It's basically like, I guess you could say it's like like Death Note. You know how you write down stuff that you want to do to people and all that stuff, and then they just die. Well, so this one was like the Alabama note. That's basically how I can describe it. I already said like a B job last time on stream, from her cousin. She wanted the sauce from her cousin on her face primarily, and it's just like, but that's your cousin. Yeah, like her response on that was not that great too, because every time that she talked, she was like, "I had a great lapse of judgment, but I am currently in the right," is what she said. And I'm right here just thinking, it's like, okay, but you fucked your cousin though, so uh, I don't know how to feel about that. Oh yeah, hang on, I know how exactly to feel about it. You just don't fucking do it. You don't fuck your cousin. And also have like this, like, Death Note, but not Death Note. It's like an Alabama note, which is probably like worse than Death Note, by the way. I mean, like look at the difference. We got Death Note right here. We have Alabama note onto my right, and you just use your active imagination. Which one do you think is actively worse? The Alabama note is the worst one. Ugh. Oh my god, even like just looking at it and I'm just picturing it from like where I'm at, I'm just like, ugh, get this thing out of here. Like, just shoo. See, the Death Note is better. We don't talk about the Alabama note. That's the only way I can describe this whole situation. You had an Alabama note, the equivalent of a Death Note, but it's Alabama. So I'm like, oh my god, you wanted to do so much with her cousin. Very active, I guess you could say, like, um family bonding. Gross. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, I literally just had to like take a pause right there from that, because I was just like, oh, gross. Yeah, like, just, oh my god, I can't even fucking think about that. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna go into the next one, but yeah, this guy right here was the one that she was at for her former boyfriend right there. This was the guy that when he already did a YouTube video talking about, like, I have no idea what I have done to get this level of, like, you know of shenanigans that has been bestowed upon me. But yeah, it's oh my god. And the fact that she got community noted, and then a lot of people are like clowning on her videos that she responded. And I saw her like and dislikes on there. Oh yeah, and this was here's another picture of her right there, but it's like her response to it. There was like maybe like a few thousand likes, and then a couple dozen thousands, it's like 47 something dislikes on YouTube. And I'm right here just like, oh my god. Smugalana did put like a statement on there. We have reached the Olympic levels of mental gymnastics. Yeah. Yeah, if this was an Olympic level, I think she won gold on fucking her cousin. All right, I had to say that. It was right there. I'm sorry. It was right there. Like I'm sorry, but it was a given. It was right there. I'm sorry. Smugalana just put that out there, and I saw that from the comment, and she was right about that though. I'm like, god damn it. So see, look, she even like, I'm not capping right there. But I mean, hey, I think that was a gold medal right there for Sweet Home Alabama that she got. I still can't believe that happened right there. Or we all had to fucking see this. I could go more about it, but I think for chat's mental sanity as well as my mental sanity and the Alabama-ness kind of just oozing from this whole thing, I'm just gonna leave it right here. And yeah, moral story is don't fuck your cousin. Also, don't have like a bucket list of things you want to do with your cousin. Next on the Sunday Talk, and this is just a little bit of very short segment right here. If you guys didn't see this right now, this is Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade has made a brand new game, and they've actually cut the, I guess you could say, partnership with Sony's, with the, how they have Stellar Blade for PlayStation and all that. So now they've gone a little bit more like, hey, we want to do what we want to do is best and all that kind of stuff. So they're making a new one called Stellar Blade. I mean, I can speak right now. Stellar Blade Blood Rain. Let's go say something else right there because my brain turned off. But yeah, Stellar Blade Blood Rain. It looks pretty good though. I know people have been saying, hey, looks like a child and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff though, but then again, like everything with Stellar Blade, because people were talking about, oh my god, like Stellar Blade, the first Stellar Blade. They were already complaining about it, and it was just crazy. It got consecutively worse as it went on, and I'm like, yeah, but at least they got like a lot of player numbers though. Did not mean to spit on chat right there, but at least they got a lot of player numbers though, so that actually helped out quite a bit. That's why they have a sequel. I actually thought it was going to be more with like Eve and all that. I thought there'll be something more with that, but I guess not. I wonder if they're going to add like a reference and all that. Next that we have on the Sunday Talk, and I believe this was something that was just going to happen at some point later on that we had to talk about because it was getting to the point where it was like, hey, this game really, really big on its traction. And how many of you guys have seen the bricks in Minifigs situation going on with the YouTube the content creator from YouTube, Reckless Ben? This is he can no longer upload videos about that. Yeah, it's crazy too. We had like so many people talk about. We got Legal Eagle. We got like I think so many like news coverage channels talk about this. Even just like smaller channels too, just to bring that up. It's this situation has just gotten to the point where Bricks and Minifigs has just not been able to like just recover from this. Like every time they do something, they find a way to consecutively make it more worse, and it's very funny. It's also funny too that they have the cops on their side as well. Yeah, yeah, you're about like, wait, hang on, the cops are on their side. Wait, for what? It's like, oh no, not these guys. They're on the, the bricks and minifigs. Those guys that stole, like, was it 200K worth of Legos from, what was it, like, the person was like, what, over 70 or something like that. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, they're really abusing the system. Like, it's insane. Honestly, I'm my little bit of conspiracy theory in this right here, and this is just me, between me, you, and the floorboards, or whatever heck you guys want to call it. I mean, that's just me. I honestly feel like there's probably more than Legos right now. Again, I will not be surprised if this was like a front for something. But it's there. It's there. But we're never gonna see part 3 though, because he can't even do anything, because the judge and all that kind of stuff. It's it, like, okay, so, and this is crazy too, because, for those that are probably not in the US, the the judge there, he is more siding with the people who are stealing 200K than the people who are the victims. So, and this content creator right here also did get arrested, and he also has, like, shoulder dislocated by the police department for a false, like, basically the bricks and minifigs have been calling police on these guys consistently, putting in false, fake police reports to them, finding anything that sticks in the wall to put them in prison, to not have them cover any of this. But it's gotten to the point where they can't even hide it, and it's just, from that company right there, they're not going to be able to stand much longer. It's like, a lot of people are even calling out to Lego themselves to say something about this. And I think it's getting to the point where they may just have to close shop and just fucking take the L. And going on from there, yeah, after that, yeah, see, like, this was the court thing I was telling you guys about. Yeah.
Civil lawsuits that our city is about to face because of
I know the audio is kind of shitty, bro.
Police department.
I mean, it's like a court.
Our police department in March.
It's the court audio. It's always supposed to be kind of like
against an individual, and he now has.
And he also got, like,
legal rights to sue this city. Chief then went on and on a media release.
This guy right here did say the American Fork City Council has warned the increased taxes won't be enough to cover the massive lawsuit that's coming.
Or did not complete a.
Which is kind of funny though, because they got themselves into that mess though. But yeah, the American Fork City, going on from there, yeah, it did warn the increased taxes won't be enough to cover the massive lawsuit that's coming. The AFPD reportedly violated the rights of reckless Ben. The police chief then issued a public statement that was easily debunked by body cam footage that they accidentally released. They spotted and arrested a group at gunpoint, including a minor. Now citizens are living in the fear of retaliation after seeing that what their police department was willing to do to cover up for the bricks and minifigs. Yeah, so it's
stop sign.
It's kind of funny though.
That
the situation is gotten to the point where I'm like,
they did. He said that
that's insane.
When this individual was trying to serve court papers, which is his civil right, that when the police reviewed the court papers, they said that they had already been served, which was a lie. They had not been. The police went on. The police swatted this individual, arresting 5 people without any arrest warrants.
Yeah, see.
And then took 4 of them who they did not even know the identity of into custody. One of them being a minor, which they pointed a gun at. This is unacceptable conduct of the police department. When Paul took office, he said, "I am extremely committed to ensuring our community members are proud of their police department and their officers. I am not proud of my police department officers. In fact, seeing this conduct, I am in fear of standing here with seeing if there's any retribution that they might bring."
I think the police officers probably arrested
this
this guy
already. Because that is what
already.
they did to this individual. And if they are willing to do that to them, they are willing to do that to me or to anyone else. Thank you.
The fucking phone burner. Goddamn. Yeah, you see, that's how you know this is like one of those fucking courtrooms. God. Yeah, but that was going on right there. It's so like you can imagine the residents there not like they're not in a good time right now. It's kind of crazy shit going on. But yeah, if you happen to be from that city right there, and how do you feel about like if you speak anything about that, knowing that this police department will just SWAT you for without a police warrant and without any kind of like proof of whatever it is, and just just to like silence you. Yeah, this situation's gone like so crazy, and again, I will not be surprised if like this gets more traction and it gets like they get federally investigated for incompetence to a you know because again, I to me I feel like the police right there, I think they're getting bribed by them, and that's just me. I feel like there's a few police officers getting bribed by them. That's just my tinfoil hat theory right there, guys. So don't take that with like like, oh, this has to be it right there. Next on the Sunday Talk, we have Meanwhile on the internet, which is just the stuff that has happened, that I've happened to see, that you happen to see, and then we all happen to see, especially with the mods. I decided to say, hey, you know what? Let's add this in anyway, because you know what? If you know about it, that makes my life better. I think. I don't know. Meanwhile, on the internet, Pizza Hut is launching its first drinkable. Yes, I said drinkable. I regret that I'm saying that. Pizza covered in a curry cheese in Japan. It's maybe available for 990 yen or $630 for a personal size, and 2,230 yen or $14 for a medium. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't I don't want that. This is why would you want to have drinkable pizza? Meanwhile, on the internet, an injection that can double a cat's lifespan for 30 years has been developed. Yeah, it's been developable. Yeah, I can't speak. Clinical trials have begun have begun with I can't even speak. Regular approval projected in 2027. Now, I thought that was pretty crazy right there, but when I saw that, they also got community noted, whereas the vaccine addresses only the kidney disease, is the primary death of elder cats. Although this would increase their lifespan, the cats are by unknown amount. The claim it can double lifespan has been unverified. So I was just like, no, we could have had cats longer, but no, you guys didn't want us. How dare they? We could have drained you for more money, but no. I was just like, what the fuck, Sin? Look, I'm a cat, man. That means I get to live a lot more longer, and that means Spooky gets to live a lot more longer, and yeah, that would have been a happy day. Happy times, happy days. Meanwhile, on the internet, Skeleton Knight in Another World Season 2 is scheduled for July 4th on Crunchyroll. So if you guys remember this anime right here, best opening, by the way, cinema. Yeah, remember, it's coming out July 4th on Crunchyroll, so hopefully you guys watch it with us, because we may do like a community watch along. So yeah, if you're interested in that, guys, so feel free. Meanwhile, on the internet, Code Lyoko is officially returning with a brand new sequel series officially in production and set to serve in Season 5. Production is currently in the writing stage, with the original creators and voice cast expected to return nearly 19 years after the show's last season aired. The fact that it's been 19 years is just kind of crazy. Is it like... Nah, wait, hang on. Yeah, no, that would have been 19 years, yeah. That's crazy though, because if I remember correctly, like when Code Lyoko got like released, um, it was like it was really good. But then I was like, man, like it feels like some stuff's like missing. Like when it ended, I was just like, wait, that's it? Because it ended right there, and I was just like, I felt like they could there was something more to that. And then I found out later on there was, but just wasn't that really kicked up on traction wise, and I was like, oh shit. Ugh. Oh man. And that's crazy. I think a lot of people are just like still trying to think like, holy shit, it's been 19 years. Meanwhile, in the internet, meet bread roll. It's a the rare baby pygmy hippo, half ready going already thick clap. I said thick clap. Half already going viral in the Berlin Zoo. Her name follows a Mudang inspired trend of a food name for baby animals. I like how they also got community noted, and it was just saying like the hippo's named Brottenchen, which is German for bread roll. Bread roll is the English translation, and that I'm like, okay, well, okay, all right. I mean, like, whatever, man. But yeah, you can see this little fella right here, all cute, just staring into your soul. I can already hear Chibidoki going crazy now and doing like very weird words. Strangely enough, I kind of hate that I have to picture that thing every now and then. Meanwhile, on the internet, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time will be reborn on the Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026, and they just did this high resolution, like trailer. No gameplay, unfortunately, but this is still probably the best game that I've ever had a fun time playing. Now, there's obviously the Minish Cap and all that stuff right there, but hey, eventually they may get that one in. I don't know, but I do like this one, especially the old one was very like creepy, but it was really good though. You probably don't know what that is. I don't want to explain it too, because then you're gonna be like, wait a minute, how old are you again? It's like nothing. You haven't. Be quiet, guys. And that will conclude everything that we have talked about on the Sunday Talk, especially Meanwhile on the Internet. If you happen to have anything at all that has popped up on your feed and you want to share it with the rest of us, feel free to join the Discord, put in the news cover section, and I'll be more likely for me to see it and get covered and put on to the Sunday Talk. Now, you could also tag me on my one of my few socials that is on Blue Sky, Twitter, and on Threads. And you can even, send me, I don't know, like via fucking carrier pigeon if you wanted to. Still, I mean, I would not recommend it though. It's like we've already had taken down like 18 of carrier pigeons right now that I thought they were just trying to attack me. So there's that. But yeah, no, if you guys want to have a little bit more of a chance to get noticed, feel free to join the Discord. There's links of it in the pretty much everywhere on the YouTube channel, but I'll be able to put one down in the description box down below if you are interested in joining in. And if you haven't already, feel free to follow me on Twitter as well as on Twitch at the same time. And Twitch is where I'm more likely, if you most likely want to see me there live playing some random games and going through Scuff. Yeah, I'll be right there more active. YouTube sometimes every now and then, but other than that, it's primarily Twitch. But yeah, that out the way. Have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, so forth and so on, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Always in the wrong, knowing where we stand.